Welcome back to Global Power Brief. Today on The Young and the Restless, everything changes after a shocking desert twist. Matt Clark is alive, injured, confused, but still dangerous, and his return could spark revenge across Genoa City. Sienna Bacall is left shaken and overwhelmed after believing the nightmare was finally over, while Noah steps in to support her through the emotional fallout. At the same time, Michael Baldwin is caught in a painful battle between loyalty to Victor Newman and his marriage with Lauren, as tensions continue to rise. And behind the scenes, a new wave of trouble is building for Ashby and Billy Abbott as the Newman family moves against Phyllis Summers. Secrets are collapsing, loyalties are breaking, and danger is far from over. Stay tuned, because in Genoa City, nothing stays buried for long. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, May 4th, reveal that the drama is far from over after the shocking desert showdown. Just when everyone believed Matt Clark was gone for good, a major twist changes everything. Matt is still alive, and his survival could bring even more danger to everyone involved. After being left injured in the desert, Matt slowly regains consciousness. He's badly hurt, confused, and clearly struggling after taking a serious blow to the head. The injury appears to have caused a concussion, leaving him weak and disoriented. Even standing up becomes a challenge, but Matt manages to push forward. With no one around to help him, Matt begins walking through the harsh desert landscape. Every step looks painful, yet he keeps moving. He knows he needs shelter, water, and a chance to figure out what happened. Eventually, he spots a small diner nearby and makes his way inside. The moment Matt enters, it's obvious something is wrong. His clothes are dusty, his face shows signs of injury, and he looks exhausted. He quietly takes a seat at one of the tables, trying to gather himself while staying unnoticed. A waitress soon approaches him with concern. She can instantly tell he's not in good shape and asks if he's all right. Matt doesn't give much away, but he uses the moment to ask her an important question. He pulls out a hotel keycard and shows it to her, asking how far away the location is. It becomes clear that Matt wants to return to the hotel where he had been staying. Whether he needs rest, supplies, or a place to regroup, getting back there seems to be his immediate goal. However, Matt's head injury may complicate everything. Concussions can cause memory problems, confusion, and delayed reactions. That means Matt may not fully remember the events that led him to the desert or who betrayed him. Still, one thing may remain crystal clear in his mind: revenge. Matt has had one focus for a long time, and that focus has been the Newman family. Even if parts of his memory are blurred, his anger could still be strong enough to drive him forward. If that's the case, then this dangerous chapter is only beginning. The waitress may decide to help him after seeing how rough he looks. Whether she gives directions, offers food, or calls someone for help, Matt will likely use any assistance he can get as he tries to recover. But back in Genoa City, no one knows the threat is still alive. Sienna Bacall believes she ended Matt's reign of chaos. After everything that happened, she thought she had stopped him for good. But if Matt returns, Sienna may realize she only made herself an even bigger target. That's what makes Monday's episode so intense. While some characters believe the nightmare is over, viewers know it may be about to start all over again. Matt is wounded, confused, and unstable, which could make him even more dangerous than before. While Matt Clark fights to recover in the desert, the emotional damage he left behind continues to spread through Genoa City. Monday's episode shifts focus to Sienna Bacall, who is still shaken by everything that happened during the terrifying confrontation. Sienna believes she had no choice in that moment. After being pushed into a dangerous chase and fearing for her safety, she thought Matt was dead. Now, even with him gone, or so she thinks, the trauma of the situation refuses to fade. She remains visibly rattled, trying to process how quickly everything spiraled out of control. Taking a life, even in self-defense, is not something anyone simply moves past. Sienna may know she acted to survive, but emotionally, that doesn't make it easier. The guilt, the fear, and the uncertainty all begin to weigh heavily on her. She keeps replaying the moment in her head, wondering if there was another way things could have ended. That inner conflict leaves her vulnerable and emotionally drained. Noah Newman steps in as a source of support during this difficult time. He can see how deeply shaken Sienna is and does his best to comfort her. Noah wants her to understand that she isn't alone and that she doesn't have to carry the burden by herself. Their scenes together are expected to bring emotional depth to the episode. Noah has always tried to be steady and compassionate, and now Sienna needs exactly that kind of presence. He listens, reassures her, and encourages her to focus on healing. Still, comfort may only go so far. Sienna is not only dealing with emotional trauma, she is also carrying the fear that Matt's story may not truly be over. Even if she believes he's gone, the intensity of what happened has left her unable to relax. She may feel like danger is still close, even when everyone tells her it's finished. Adding to her stress is Sharon Newman's recent questioning. Sharon wanted answers and tried to understand exactly what happened. While her concerns may have been reasonable, the pressure of explaining herself likely made Sienna feel even more overwhelmed. Now Sienna finds herself stuck between relief and panic. Relief that she survived. Panic that the consequences may not be over. Noah notices how fragile her emotional state has become. He may encourage her to rest, talk openly, and stop blaming herself for actions taken in a crisis. But guilt has a powerful way of holding on. As this bond between Noah and Sienna grows stronger, it could also lead to complications. Stressful situations often bring people closer, and viewers may begin to wonder whether deeper feelings are developing between them. At the same time, if Matt returns, Noah could end up directly in danger as well. Anyone standing close to Sienna might become part of Matt's revenge plan. That's what makes these scenes so important. On the surface, they appear to be about healing and support. But underneath it all is a growing sense of tension. Sienna is trying to move on, Noah is trying to help, and neither of them knows the real threat may still be alive. For now, Sienna leans on Noah as she struggles to cope. But peace may be temporary. Because if Matt Clark remembers what happened and decides to strike back, Sienna's nightmare could be far from over. Elsewhere in Genoa City, another storm is brewing, and this one centers on loyalty, family pressure, and impossible choices. Monday's episode also highlights growing tension between Michael Baldwin and Lauren Fenmore Baldwin as they continue to clash over Victor Newman and the chaos surrounding Phyllis Summers. Michael has always found himself caught between worlds. On one side is his long history with Victor Newman, a relationship built on trust, business, and years of standing by Victor during countless battles. On the other side is his family, especially Lauren, who is tired of seeing Michael pulled into drama that never truly belongs to him. That conflict reaches a new level as Michael and Lauren continue their argument. Lauren questions why Michael remains so loyal to Victor, especially when that loyalty constantly places stress on their marriage and personal life. From her perspective, Victor always expects Michael to clean up messes, defend impossible decisions, and sacrifice his own peace in the process. She may also believe Michael deserves better. Lauren knows her husband is intelligent, capable, and respected. She doesn't want him spending his time solving problems for Victor while ignoring the people closest to him. For Lauren, family should come first, and right now, she feels Victor keeps pulling Michael in the opposite direction. Michael, however, sees the situation differently. He understands Victor can be demanding, controlling, and relentless. But he also knows Victor has stood by him in the past. Their bond is complicated, and Michael doesn't walk away from people easily. Loyalty matters deeply to him, especially when relationships have been built over many years. That's why this decision is so difficult. Adding to the pressure is Phyllis Summers, who appears to need support during another crisis. Michael may feel sympathy for Phyllis and believe she deserves help rather than abandonment. Lauren, however, may worry that Michael is once again allowing himself to be dragged into someone else's drama. The more they discuss it, the more emotional the conversation becomes. Lauren likely pushes Michael to set boundaries and think about what all of this is costing him. She may ask whether Victor would ever make the same sacrifices in return. She may also remind him that constantly choosing other people's battles can damage the life they built together. Michael doesn't deny the strain. In fact, he may admit that he feels torn. He cares about Lauren. He values his marriage. He also understands the risks of remaining involved in Victor's plans. Yet walking away isn't simple. It would mean changing relationships that have defined much of his life. That inner conflict leaves Michael with no easy answer. Viewers can expect scenes filled with sharp dialogue, emotional honesty, and the kind of relationship tension that feels very real. Michael and Lauren love each other, but love doesn't erase disagreement. Sometimes the hardest arguments happen between people who care the most. By the end of these scenes, Michael may realize he cannot keep everyone happy. Sooner or later, he will have to choose where he stands. Does he continue protecting Victor and helping with the Phyllis situation? Or does he finally prioritize peace at home with Lauren? That question could shape everything moving forward. Because in Genoa City, loyalty always comes with a price, and Michael Baldwin may soon be forced to pay it. As tensions rise across Genoa City, another major storyline begins to take shape, one that could create serious fallout for Kane Ashby and Billy Abbott. While several characters are focused on Matt Clark, Sienna, and Michael's loyalty struggle, a separate move involving Phyllis Summers may soon send shockwaves through multiple lives. According to spoilers, the Newman family's effort to go after Phyllis will lead to troubling news for both Kane and Billy in the coming episodes. That brief warning may sound simple, but it hints at a much bigger conflict on the horizon. Whenever the Newmans make a move, the impact is rarely small. Victor Newman is known for playing the long game. He rarely acts without a strategy, and when he targets someone, there is usually a larger plan behind it. If Phyllis has become the latest focus of Newman pressure, then others connected to her could easily get caught in the middle. That's where Kane and Billy come in. Billy Abbott has never been one to stay out of conflict, especially when power struggles involve the Newmans. His complicated history with Victor and the family business world means he's always one wrong move away from another showdown. If Billy becomes linked to whatever is happening with Phyllis, trouble could arrive fast. Billy often believes he can outthink the people around him. Sometimes that confidence works in his favor. Other times, it leads him straight into disaster. If he underestimates Victor or assumes he has control of the situation, he may soon regret it. Then there's Kane Ashby. Kane has always tried to balance ambition with family priorities, but that balance can collapse quickly when outside drama enters the picture. If Kane receives alarming news, it may involve business consequences, personal betrayal, or an unexpected threat tied to the larger Newman agenda. Spoilers intentionally keep the details vague, which only adds to the suspense. That usually means the truth is something viewers are meant to anticipate. Could Phyllis make a move that drags Billy into danger? Could Victor pressure Kane through business channels? Could alliances shift in ways no one expects? All of those possibilities are on the table. Phyllis herself remains one of the most unpredictable people in Genoa City. She can be strategic, emotional, bold, and reckless, sometimes all at once. If she feels cornered by the Newmans, there's every chance she'll fight back in a dramatic way. And when Phyllis fights back, collateral damage usually follows. Billy may be tempted to help her, especially if he sees an opportunity to challenge Victor once again. Kane, meanwhile, could become involved whether he wants to or not. Sometimes simply being connected to the wrong people at the wrong moment is enough to trigger chaos. That's why Monday's spoilers are setting up more than one storyline at once. While immediate attention is on Matt's survival and Sienna's emotional collapse, the next wave of trouble is already forming behind the scenes. For Kane and Billy, the warning signs are there, but they may not realize it yet. The Newmans are moving forward with a plan. Phyllis is unlikely to stay quiet. And two men who may think they're standing on solid ground could soon discover everything shifting beneath them. By the time the dust settles, new enemies may be created, old rivalries may return, and Kane and Billy could find themselves facing consequences they never saw coming. Monday's episode of The Young and the Restless appears to be setting the stage for an explosive week ahead, with multiple storylines moving toward major turning points. From Matt Clark's shocking survival to family conflicts and dangerous revenge plots, the drama in Genoa City is only getting started. The biggest twist, of course, is Matt being alive. Everyone believed the desert confrontation had ended his threat once and for all. Sienna Bacall especially thought that chapter was over after the violent struggle left Matt seemingly dead. But viewers now know the truth: Matt survived, and that changes everything. Even though he is injured and suffering from confusion after a head trauma, Matt's survival alone creates fear. Once he regains his strength, there is every reason to believe he will return with more anger than ever before. Sometimes the most dangerous enemy is the one who has nothing left to lose. Matt may feel betrayed, humiliated, and determined to punish everyone he blames for what happened. That could include Sienna, the Newman family, and anyone else who stands in his path. If revenge becomes his focus again, Genoa City may soon face another wave of chaos. Meanwhile, Sienna is trying to hold herself together emotionally. She believes she did what she had to do in order to survive. But even when actions are justified, the emotional scars can remain. Sienna is left dealing with fear, guilt, and uncertainty while also trying to move forward. Noah Newman has stepped in to support her, offering comfort during one of the darkest moments of her life. His presence may help Sienna heal, but it could also place him closer to danger if Matt returns looking for payback. Then there's the growing pressure inside Michael and Lauren Baldwin's marriage. Michael remains torn between his long-standing loyalty to Victor Newman and the needs of his family. Lauren wants peace, boundaries, and a husband who stops carrying everyone else's problems. Michael understands her point, but walking away from old loyalties is never simple. That struggle feels deeply personal and realistic. Sometimes the hardest choices are not between right and wrong, but between two people you care about. As if that weren't enough, spoilers also hint that the Newman family's move against Phyllis Summers will create serious consequences for Kane Ashby and Billy Abbott. That means another power struggle may be about to explode at the same time. Billy's history with conflict and Kane's connection to shifting alliances make both men vulnerable. If Victor is involved, nothing will be straightforward. So what can viewers expect next? More secrets. More confrontations. More emotional fallout. Matt's condition may improve faster than expected. Sienna may realize the danger isn't over. Michael may be forced to choose sides. Billy and Kane may receive news that changes everything. And Phyllis could once again become the center of another unpredictable storm. That's what makes this episode such an important setup chapter. It doesn't just continue current drama, it launches the next phase of it. By the end of Monday's show, viewers may be left with one clear message: no one in Genoa City is truly safe. Because when enemies survive, loyalties crack, and revenge begins to build, peace never lasts for long. Stay tuned. This week on The Young and the Restless could deliver some of the biggest